All right, so the big question today is, it's 2024. How can I possibly get a private pilot license or certificate for under $10,000? Well, I'm gonna tell you in this video, and let's save time. Hire me and we'll get it done. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. No, I'm just kidding. First off, my name is Joe Skirkis. I'm the owner of Clear to Land Aviation here in Orlando, Florida. And well, part of my TED Talk right there was kind of true. The trick to it is hiring me, coming to my school and being trained by me, and we can get it done in under $10,000. The whole key to the whole process, though, is we have to be prepared and proficient in everything that we do, because we have to do this in pretty darn close to minimum number of hours required by the FAA, which is 40 hours of flight time. So I got here written down full breakdown of the numbers that I'm going to give to you right now to show you how we're going to get this done under $10,000, so you can become a private pilot, be able to fly your family around day or night. You just can't go through the clouds. So the rental company that I use for the airplanes, you can buy time in that plane in 10-hour blocks. And when you buy time in those 10-hour blocks, you'll get an extra hour for free. So if you buy a 10-hour block, they're going to give you 11 hours. So that takes their price from $165 an hour wet, which includes fuel, to $150 an hour wet, which includes fuel. So it's $150 per hour for every 11 hours. So to get 44 hours, because again, we're buying them in 10-hour increments and we're getting a bonus hour on top, would cost $6,600. Next, to hire me to be your flight instructor for your private license, certificate, whatever you want to call it, I charge $50 an hour for instruction. I am one of the cheapest instructors and schools here in the Orlando, Florida area, because I want aviation to be accessible to all. I want it to be affordable. So that's why I set my prices at $50 an hour. Meanwhile, just about everywhere else you're going to go is $70 to $100 an hour for that same instruction. So I have within my program 27 hours of dual time. So dual time is training in the plane. So I have us flying together 27 hours, and at $50 an hour, that comes out to $1,350 of flight instruction in the airplane. So far, we have a grand total of the airplane rental costs and the cost of me, the instructor, in the airplane with you at $7,950. Next, we have to take a written test that is required by the FAA. So the written test for the private pilot certificate is going to cost you $175. You'll have to go to a testing center, you'll have to take the test on the computer, and you have to pass. You have to get at least a 70. After that, I quoted in these numbers here a check ride, which is to get the actual certificate. It includes an oral and a flight portion. I quoted that at $800. Here in the Orlando area, you're going to pay anywhere from $600 to $650 to $1,000 for this check ride, depending on who the DPE, the designated pilot examiner, is for the FAA that comes out and does your test. So that's $800 is what I kind of factored in there for that. So that brings us to the total of $8,925. Now, after that, we're going to have to do some classroom stuff because I have to log ground hours for you also. So I figured 10 hours of ground time if you're really good with the online ground school. So 10 hours of us to go through and verify and do our check ride prep, all of that. Again, at $50 an hour is $500. And then I recommend for ground school the Gold Seal Ground School. You can access that through my website, which I will leave in the description below if you want to contact me or you want to come out to Orlando and do your flight training. They offer 2 levels for their ground school program. They have the first level for $229, which basically gives you access for 90 days. Or they have lifetime access for $299. I always recommend that you go with the lifetime access because you can always come back. So if you get shaky down the road and it's been a while since you looked at weather theory and you're planning on doing a flight, I don't know, 1,000 nautical miles with your family, this will allow you to go back in and brush up on weather theory one more time before you go and do that flight. So after that, we have to get renter's insurance. And what I recommend and what the rental fleet owner recommends as a minimum is $100,000 in liability insurance and $10,000 in hull insurance on the airplane. So depending what company you use, you're going to get different rates. So let's overestimate that number and let's call it $250 a year, okay? What that gives us a grand total of is $9,974 to get your private pilot's license. I told you I'd get you there for under $10,000. But again, this is completing everything in the absolute minimums that is required by the FAA. Average time is anywhere from 65 to 75 hours nationwide to go get your check ride pass and get your certificate. But doing it in the minimums can be done. It is possible. So if you did do it again, it's 44 hours of flight time with the plane, 27 hours of dual flight instruction with me in the plane with you, 10 hours of instruction going over information and the classroom stuff on the ground with me. That's your lifetime membership to the ground school. That's your written and your check ride. $26 under $10,000. So I think at that point, we've achieved the goal. We can do it. We came in at under the $10,000, which is what I said we would come into for this program. Now, will you spend more? Averages say yes, but it is possible to do it for less than $10,000. So if you have any questions for me, again, my contact information for my website for my company is listed in the description below. And please make sure to like and subscribe and share this video out there so that way other people can see that it is what we would call affordable flight training here in 2024. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.